Okay, whoa, we've already arrived at our last item on this agenda for today. And yes, I was told in the briefing that we are saving the best until last, of course. And that's why I'm really looking forward to our last and third masterclass of the event today. And charming Saskia and Cham will deliver you in deep insights on the product testing offering and how smart solution and the right acquisition can drive launches. Furthermore, they will answer the question of why reviews and user-generated content matter and how they can benefit the e-commerce. Saskia Nettekoven is a team lead in new business at Douglas Marketing Solutions and drives with a lot of passion new business ideas and brings them to life. And Thao Tram Lam is junior new business manager at Douglas Marketing Solutions and has been working a new solution called Smart Sampling that allows brands to target the right audience at high return of invest. And at the end of this masterclass, our guest, Manant Maheshwari, Global Director Retail Media for Coty, is joining again. So Saskia, I would like to ask you to come on this stage and feel free to start. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much. So a warm welcome to the last but not least presentation of this day. So in the next 45 minutes, we would like to show you how or why product reviews and user-generated content might be super important for you. We will dive into the topics of product testing and smart sampling, and we also show you how we as Douglas Marketing Solutions might help you to unveil your power of user-generated content. So to do so, we will first have a deep dive session into the Douglas Beauty Tester, our test and tell tool, followed by an introduction of our new kid on the block, the Douglas Smart Sampling Solution, where we might change how digital sampling works. And lastly, we will have a conversation together with Coty on the stage to dive into the topic why beauty product trial might be also super relevant for men. So, before we unveiling the power of user-generated content, I would like to ask you the following. So, in a world that becomes even more digital, how do you make your products touchable? How do you create excitement, inspiration, and even trust from an authentic source? To answer this question, please imagine the following. So you are sitting on your couch in the evening with your smartphone in your hand and you're browsing through the web because you're on the hunt for a new skincare product. So what helps you the most to discover new products? Just think about it. What content are you looking at? Probably you feel as many others too. Because social media, family and friends, and product reviews are the top 3 influential sources to discover new products. Because we trust what others say, what they have experienced with a certain product in the past. Why is this product beneficial? Why is it better than a product from a competitor brand? So we actually browse through social media, we talk to friends, and we actually read product reviews. And in a nutshell, consumers are 2.4 times more likely to say that user-generated content is more trustworthy than branded content. So this should not mean that we from now on stop making branded content, but we should keep this knowledge in mind that user-generated content are your backbone of authenticity and trust. And with this knowledge in the background, we've created the Douglas Beauty Tester, so our test and tell tool, and basically your engine behind trustworthy user-generated content. On the one hand side, in form of qualitative reviews, and on the other hand side, in form of social media content, produced and posted by our CRM testers. For, at the end of the day, a long-term positive halo effect on conversions. And to show you how this works specifically, let us watch the following video together.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
So I hope this video gave you a nice first impression of what the Douglas Beauty Tester is. But let's recap together just to make sure. It is a 360 media and marketing campaign where we handpick up to 200 CRM testers who then turn into your product ambassadors by, on the one hand side, create inspirational user-generated content, and on the other hand side, write qualitative reviews. And this is also why we have situated the Douglas Beauty Tester into the mid-funnel of our Douglas Marketing Solutions portfolio. So it creates inspiration and as such consideration to impact then sales in the long run. Available as of now in Germany and the Netherlands and soon to come in Poland, so please stay tuned here. And I would say it's time to turn theory now into practice, so let's dive into the first success case together with Coty. And before we do so, we ask Coty for their personal reasons why they have chosen to run a Douglas Beauty Tester campaign. So they wanted to have their hero product in the spotlight, which is the Coty Vino Perfect Serum. And they had one specific challenge. So they recognized that turning prospects into buyers actually happens after testing and experiencing the product. So basically, it was not enough to turn or to put some nice looking visuals and text into the internet to turn interested customers into buyers in the end. And they also had specific aims. So they wanted to have a personal brand experience created in a digital environment within a very specific target group. And they also wanted to create, on the one hand side, awareness, and on the other hand side, reviews and content on the Douglas pages. So basically, they wanted to guide a customer along the complete customer journey. And this directly leads us to the campaign setup. So although we have learned that the Douglas Beauty Tester is situated in our mid-funnel of the portfolio, it can also be seen, and in this case with Coty together, it was certainly the case as a full funnel media and marketing campaign. So we create awareness by activating the right customers. We then create consideration when testers start to share their experiences. And then we have an impact on sales as soon as we push all the results on the product detail pages in the Douglas universe. And in this case, we were also able to went a step further and leverage the reach, closed the loop here, and had additional awareness among a broader target group. But let us decode this campaign step by step together. So, starting with the activation or awareness phase. Out of our 45 million CRM customers, we pre-selected the Coty target group. So we've set up dedicated newsletters, spread the brand message, and showed the product in the best light. As a second step, we even digged a step deeper into our data. So everyone who wanted to take part in this Douglas Beauty Tester campaign need to share some additional information and data about themselves. So we asked questions about the skin type on the one hand side, but also about personal product preferences. And in this case, we only selected testers who had sensitive skin, dark spot concerns, and who wanted to have natural ingredients included in their skincare. So a very specific target group in this case, but we did it, and here's the perfect match. And now, as we have the perfectly matching testers on our site, we start the review phase. So all the products are sent to the tester's home. They can start testing the products in their own bathroom. And now they start sharing their experiences. On the one hand side, they start writing reviews. And on the other hand side, they start sharing their experiences on social media, in this case, on Instagram. So basically, the testers turned into Coty product ambassadors. And I think it's super nice to see how adorable these posts are created. And this love then in the end turned out in a recommendation rate of 94%, which is super strong. And by the way, you as a brand, you can use this trust seal. You can use it, for example, in your own newsletter campaigns or print it on leaflets, so that you have, at the end of the day, really a stamp of trust for your products. And finally, when the campaign is final, we set up a final content page for each and every campaign. So from now on, you as a user, you can scroll through the site, explore all the results of the campaign, the highlight posts, the highlight reviews, the recommendation rate. And this site stays for a lifetime in the Douglas universe. So basically, you have a always-on inspirational source. And now we come to the nearly last step of this campaign. So as soon as the campaign is finished, we push all the results into the shop, so on the place to be. Meaning, from now on, when users access the Coty product page, they can for sure explore all the branded content and the details about the product, the ingredients, etc. But from now on, you can also explore all the results from our beauty tester campaign. For example, the highlight reviews, and you for sure can read through all the written reviews in this case. So basically, you can give your beauty fans a voice on the product pages in the Douglas universe. And now, as I just said in the beginning, we were able to close the loop here and leverage the reach by adding an additional audience ads flight and also an additional multi-teaser placement on the homepage to really spread all the campaign results to an even broader target group. And there's one thing I would like to highlight at this point to all of you. You have seen that beautiful user-generated content was created during the campaign. And all of this content is your content. You can use it. You can use it in digital campaigns on your platform or on our platform or even in Douglas stores. So use it and play with it. And before I now hand over to Cham to guide you through the exciting world of digital sampling, I would like to recall the following. So product reviews and user-generated content essentially impact the product decision journey. With the Douglas Beauty Tester, you have an effective tool at your site to let real people speak about your products. So use this power and feel free to come back to us so we can set up your first beauty tester campaign together. Thank you. Cham, welcome on stage.
Yes, thank you very much, Saskia. So, as you just heard from her, the Douglas Beauty Tester is a perfect product if you want to generate authentic user-generated content and qualitative reviews from a small target group. But if you want to scale it all up in terms of reach, we've just got the perfect solution for you. Just launched this month in cooperation with SoPost, our Douglas Smart Sampling program. But first, let us talk about why you should invest in sampling at all. So, sampling creates brand loyalty, it ensures a fast market penetration, and it has a strong word-of-mouth effect. But most importantly, sampling also belongs to the top 5 reasons for later purchases. Meaning, for you as a brand, sampling is one of the biggest chances to increase sales figures in the long term. Now you may ask yourself, okay, but why should I do sampling with Douglas and not do it on my own? Well, think of the brick and mortar store. You're in the store, you're browsing around and strolling and want to pay for your basket. So you go to the cash, and during the checkout, the cashier is putting samples completely randomly into your basket. This is nice, but there's no targeting at all. And also, you as the brand get no chance to re-engage with those testers. With this in mind, we created the Douglas Smart Sampling, where we connect the right samples at the right time to the right testers and also re-engage with those testers afterwards. Let's now have a quick look into our media funnel. So as you can see here, the Douglas Smart Sampling can be considered as an upper to mid-funnel tool, as we are able to drive consideration among our testers. We came up with a cost per lead, or in our case, a cost per sample buying model between 2 and 8 euros. This flexible pricing really ensures that we can customize your campaign individually. Our Douglas Smart Sampling program has different use cases. Lacking awareness and reach, for example, in case of a new launch of a product, no problem, because we are able to drive on-site and off-site activation campaigns. In need of a bigger CRM database, also great, because we are able to collect the opt-ins from our testers who are interested in receiving your CRM newsletter. Then we are going to share these contacts with you so that you are able to log in these new customers forever. In need of a helping hand when setting up the campaign, also great, because we offer you a full service campaign setup. At this point of my presentation, you probably ask yourself, okay, how does one sampling campaign now looks like? So let's talk business now. In the first activation step, we will drive on-site and off-site activation campaigns based on your briefing to really match the perfect testers. In step 2, each tester who applied for the sample in step 1 receives the sample directly at home. The tester experience here is upgraded because we can individually customize your packaging. And by the way, you don't need to only focus on one hero product, you are also able to send out a whole bundle. The last step, the re-engagement step, happens a few weeks after. Within this step, we are going to send out 2 different mails to our testers, and we will ask them on the one hand side to write a review, and on the other hand side, they will be also pushed into our Douglas shop and hopefully buy your product in original size. Okay, so now that you have 2 product trial tools in hand, let's quickly take a look at the key differences between the Douglas Smart Sampling and the Douglas Beauty Tester so that you are able to choose which one is the best for you. So the Douglas Beauty Tester really focuses on the selection of hand-picked testers who will be then turned into brand ambassadors for your brand and generate beautiful, authentic, user-generated content as well as qualitative product reviews. So the Douglas Beauty Tester is great if you have, on the one hand side, a very complex product. On the other hand side, you want to have a super specific target group. And it is also great if you want to ensure that you have a very personalized communication with your testers. Within the Douglas Smart Sampling project, you are able to really reach the mass with class, meaning we offer you up to 30,000 qualitative product contacts. The Douglas Smart Sampling, therefore, is perfect if you want to have a very fast market penetration or if you want to collect as many reviews as possible in a very short time. And as a bonus, you can also log in new customers due to the collection of the double opt-in done by us. So now let's make this whole concept a little bit more tangible with a use case of Coty. The brand was super eager to test out new activities and therefore agreed to be our test partner. So they gave us 4,000 samples of their Vino Pure sample. Actually here, the same as within the Douglas Beauty Tester, also the Douglas Smart Sampling can be considered as a full funnel marketing tool that accompanies the whole user journey from awareness to sales. On this slide, you can see the 6 steps within the user journey that we are going to take a further look on in the next few minutes. Let us all start with the activation phase. So you can see here that we use these 5 different activation channels that you can see on the right for finding the perfect testers for Coty. CRM newsletter, we also set up a social media campaign on Facebook and Instagram and also used on-site activities, meaning the Douglas Beauty Tester community, as a multi-teaser on the Douglas homepage itself. And last but not least, we also used a Douglas live stream. Focusing now on the CRM newsletter first, as you can see, Coty had a very specific target group in mind. The goal of reaching and the right audience has obviously been achieved since every second user has opened the newsletter. Next in line, we have the social media campaign. Here we used a face care lovers audience, which is a ready-to-use audience of Douglas, and we generated nearly 400,000 impressions. The Douglas Beauty Tester community is something that we are very proud of. Our Douglas Beauty website is just live now, and here we can really reach our micro-influencers who will then write honest reviews about your product, but also tell all their friends and family about their product experience. We also used a multi-teaser flight on the Douglas homepage itself. I think I don't have to tell you how desired this placement is. And last but not least, we also used a Douglas live stream in cooperation with the social media team. So here, as you can see, our dear Fiona gave 1 hour full of beauty tips and introduced the whole line of Vino Pure to the testers. As you can see here, inspiration and trust could be created around the whole line, and also, as a bonus, the sample could be promoted in real time to over 1,000 viewers. After the customer has now claimed their sample, the Coty gel is now packed in a beautiful branded box and is shipped to each tester. A few weeks afterwards, then the last step, so the re-engagement phase starts. First of all, each tester receives a push for feedback mail. Within this mail, all testers are going to be asked if they want to leave a review, which will be then syndicated to the Douglas homepage to the Douglas product page. The brand is also able to write and ask testers custom questions. For example, Coty decided to ask all the testers if their skin has radically improved since using the gel. With a star rating of 4.7 and over 700 additional reviews, we are very proud to say that this first campaign was a total success. About 1 week afterwards, then the push-to-purchase mail is sent out. 82% of all testers actually claimed, "Oh, I really love this product and I will definitely buy it in the future." But what is even more impressive is the fact that 12% of these 82% have already bought it at the time the purchase mail was sent out. Which also leads me to the last step of the user journey. 33% of all testers wanted to be contacted by the brand itself. So they gave their opt-in, and after sharing these contacts with Coty, they are now able to enforce brand loyalty in the long run. So, before I now come to the end of my presentation and leave the stage for Saskia again, let's quickly wrap up the key takeaways for Douglas Smart Sampling. First of all, samples are super relevant for the further purchase decision journey. We offer you a targeted tester activation, a full service campaign set up to make your life as easy as possible, and the access to valuable customer data. So don't hesitate and contact us now and start Sample Smart. Thank you.
Thank you so much, see you later. So, the last part of this session begins, and now we would like to talk about why beauty product trial is also a man's world. And to do so, I would like to welcome a guest on stage. So please give a digital applause to Manant Maheshwari from Coty.
Thank you very much, Saskia. Happy to be here.
Yes, it's a pleasure to have you on stage, Manant. So cool. So maybe, Manant, before we dive into the topic, I would like to give you a moment to introduce yourself to the audience so they get to know you a little bit better.
Sure. My name is Manant and I work as a Global Retail Media Director at Coty.
Thank you so much. Manant, before we dive into our conversation, I would quickly like to highlight your performance, so Coty performance in the realm of product testing in the last 1.5 years. Because since we've launched the beauty tester, you have run several beauty tester campaigns on a large scale, and you did amazing. So we see you had really premium fragrances integrated into the campaign, such as the Burberry Hero perfume, the Hugo Boss Bottled, or Gucci Chloé, to just name a few of them. And you nearly reached a 90% review rate, which is astonishing, and a recommendation rate of 94%. So, one of our main learnings we also took from this campaigns was that there's basically no difference between a female target group and a male target group. So targeting male performs as good as with female campaigns. And maybe, Manant, because we see that product testing is a big pillar for you in your marketing and media strategy, would you like to outline why exactly it's so important for you?
Sure. When we sell fragrance is a lot more than just a liquid in a bottle. It's supposed to evoke an emotion, it's supposed to evoke a memory, and therefore testing is something which is very crucial. Smelling a fragrance, having it on your skin, feeling it, is something which is probably the biggest purchase driver for us and our products. And of course, while this is very much possible in physical stores, there is obviously a clear challenge in the digital world, and therefore smart sampling solutions like smart sampling, which are at the confluence of retailers' first-party data and bridging the digital and real worlds, this is something which is of great opportunity for us.
Yeah, thank you. And I think everyone can relate to that, you know, especially when it comes to fragrance. You need to smell it on your skin. You need to see how it develops on your skin and how you feel when wearing it. So definitely. And Manant, when we think about user-generated content, for example, product reviews or also social media posts on Facebook or Instagram, why are those user-generated content relevant for you?
Well, we of course, tell our brand story with our own media content, but user-generated content, especially when it's engaging, especially when it's detailed and authentic, it is a massive purchasing driver because people are able to see and feel what other purchasers of the product have already felt. And the importance of this was extremely, extremely high and highlighted during the pandemic, where we no longer had the possibility to go to a physical store. We were totally relying on what users of the product were saying about the product online through reviews, through their comments, in order to understand and try to gauge the values of the product and how we would feel when using it.
Yeah, thank you. And this is definitely something we have learned in the last 30 minutes. So consumers jump into the role of product ambassadors. They start speaking around the product and as such, become an authentic source of trust, right? Amazing. And they do it with so much dedication. I mean, look at this man who is holding the Burberry Hero product. This is not your official Burberry phrase, when I remember it correctly.
That's true. This is not Adam Driver.
Yes. It is basically one of your beauty testers. I mean, this is amazing to see. And maybe, Manant, we now switch into our current use case, the digital smart sampling campaign we've set up together with the brand Hugo Boss. This campaign is still up and running, so all the KPIs are not final yet. But maybe, Manant, we recap the campaign setup together, I would say. So we had 10,000 bundles of the Boss Bottled Eau de Parfum and the new Boss Bottled Parfum. And we targeted the male audience group here via diverse channels. So we had CRM newsletter included, but we also had targeted social media ads included. And to sneak peek, we also had one really highlight channel, which was the Luciano concert, but we will dive into that later on in detail. Perfect. So could you explain, Manant, what was your initial aim for running this campaign?
Sure. So, remaining and staying close to the shopper is, of course, of strategic importance for us. And with the lack of direct physical interactions and testing in the online world, which is fast accelerating and developing, we have been extremely excited to participate as first movers in this new venture in order to move away from just a very traditional approach using pull versus push targeting in order to really push our products towards the shopper. So in this, basically the consumer decides which brand, which fragrance they would be interested in, and therefore with direct engagement, we expect a higher conversion rate from sampling to purchase into loyalty.
Yes, thank you so much. And we have very promising results as of now. So we have 65% of the samples who say that they would like to buy the product in a couple of weeks. So we will see how it will turn out when the campaign is finished. And one thing you pointed out is very interesting because you said that now the consumers have the power to decide which sample they want to try and which not, which is often not the case when we come to brick and mortar stores.
That's true. When we buy a product at a real store, the counters are always very generous to give us certain samples, but sometimes these samples may or may not have anything to do with the product. We may or may not like that kind of fragrance, and while it does, of course, create awareness, it's not targeted in that way. And of course, with the possibilities of targeting, smart sampling is an extremely attractive evolution of that simple sampling approach that we have always had.
Yeah, definitely. Are there maybe any other challenges you face when you're doing your sampling campaigns in a brick and mortar environment?
I think that's that, being able to choose who finally gets what kind of fragrance. That is always a big challenge. Precision is of great importance, and being able to be close to the right shopper at the right time is of extreme importance.
Yeah, thank you. So basically, sampling in a database manner before the purchase actually happens,
That's true.
and having a follow-up conversation to not lose the customer, right? This is very important. Amazing. And now, I mean, in this case, we speak from about a campaign that targets a male audience. Do you face specific challenges when you want to target men in a beauty context?
Well, the data clearly shows that men or women, everybody wants to feel great about themselves, and being able to test a product and see how it feels is of great importance to both.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, also men are beauty enthusiasts and want to
Absolutely.
test and share their product experiences.
Absolutely.
Amazing. Now, Manant, let's talk about the clear highlight of this campaign. So you, Coty, you had the idea to use the Luciano Majestic Tour in Germany for sampling acquisition. Would you mind to elaborate what it was about?
Sure. I mean, this was, of course, creating again a moment, a sensation around our fragrance. And what we did was we decided to do a cooperation with Luciano's Majestic Tour in Germany and do a big sampling highlight, wherein together with Douglas we created a truly special moment for the concert goers, when about 20 kgs of scented butterflies were fired from the roof into the concert goers, and it just created this beautiful moment, and it kind of exploded on social media across TikTok and other platforms, and the response was truly overwhelming, and we were super happy about that.
Yeah, we are also super happy about that. So indeed, a very special and enchanted moment when all the butterflies came from the ceiling. And I guess we've created together a very special, emotional, and unique experience to target men.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Amazing. Manant, it was a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you very much.
We highly appreciated your insights, and we're really looking forward in all the campaigns and ideas that we do together.
Thank you very much. Look forward to it too.
Thank you so much, Manant. So, to wrap this up, we hope we could give you valuable insights into the world of product testing and smart sampling. Why it might be important also for you and your brand, and how you can also create inspirational sampling experiences. So feel free to come back to us so we can write your success story together. Thank you.